Welcome to Top Liberty Coins, your ultimate destination for exploring the hidden treasures of rare coins, historic cents, and valuable collectibles. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising coins in American history, the 1984 Lincoln penny. Most people think pennies are just 1 cent, but what if I told you that one of them could be worth $787.99 or more today? That's right. A small copper coin sitting quietly in your change jar could be a mini fortune. Stay with us till the end of this video because I'll reveal everything, from its history and minting secrets to what makes it so valuable in today's market. The origin of the Lincoln CNT. The story of the Lincoln penny began in 1909, when the United States Mint introduced a brand new design to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, and it replaced the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse shows Lincoln's profile, symbolizing unity, freedom, and liberty. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent became more than just currency, it became a symbol of American heritage. And by 1984, this iconic coin was already deeply woven into the country's history. The 1984 Lincoln penny minting story. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents at two main facilities, Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, and Denver, D Mint Mark. These pennies were mostly made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change from the mostly copper composition used before 1982. The reason for this shift was rising copper prices, but this new composition also created new varieties, errors, and rare conditions that make some 1984 pennies incredibly valuable today. Design details and Liberty Messag. The 1984 penny still carried Brenner's timeless design. On the obverse, we see Abraham Lincoln facing right, the word liberty to his left, and the year 1984 on the right. Above him, the motto "In God We Trust" reminds us of America's ideals. On the reverse, we see the majestic Lincoln Memorial, with Lincoln's statue visible inside, a hidden detail many miss. These small features are vital for collectors because any tiny variation or minting error here could mean your coin is worth hundreds of dollars. Why 1984 is a special YAR? While many Lincoln cents are common, 1984 stands out. This year is famous for producing some of the most sought-after error coins in modern U.S. history. One example is the 1984 doubled ear variety, where Lincoln's earlobe was accidentally struck twice during minting. This doubling error is not only rare but also visually obvious, and collectors love it. If you find one in good condition, you could be holding a coin worth $200 to $800 or even more. Error varieties that make you rich. The 1984 doubled ear penny isn't the only treasure. There are also pennies with die cracks, off-center strikes, weak strikes, and plating errors. These imperfections make each coin unique and collectible. While a regular 1984 penny might be worth a few cents, a rare error penny in top condition can reach $787.99 or higher at auction. That's the beauty of coin collecting, a small detail can change everything. Grading condition is king. Coin collectors value condition above almost everything else. A coin's grade, ranging from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70, greatly affects its value. A 1984 penny with heavy wear might fetch only a few cents, but a mint state, MS 65 or higher, example with a doubled ear error could easily cross $500 to $800. Always examine your coins under good light, and if you think you found something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Market value. So, how much is the 1984 Lincoln penny worth right now? The answer depends on its condition, mint mark, and whether it has errors. Circulated, regular 1984 penny 2 cents, $0.10. Uncirculated MS 65 penny 1 to $51,984. Doubled ear error $250, $400. Top graded doubled ear $600 to $787.99 or more. Collectors are actively paying premium prices for rare varieties, and demand has remained strong in recent years. The best part? These coins are still out there, in pocket change, old jars, and forgotten collections. How to spot a doubled error. One of the most valuable varieties, the doubled ear error, is surprisingly easy to spot once you know what to look for. Hold the coin under a magnifying glass and focus on Lincoln's earlobe. If you notice an extra line or a second lobe just below the main one, congratulations, you might have struck gold. Even a minor doubling in a high-grade coin can make it significantly more valuable. Tips for finding rare 1984 pennies. Finding a valuable 1984 penny takes patience and attention. Here are some tips. Check your change daily. Valuable coins still appear in circulation. Search coin rolls from banks. You might find uncirculated examples. Visit estate sales and flea markets. Old collections often hide treasures. Use a magnifier. Many errors are too small to see with the naked eye. Learn grading basics. The higher the grade, the higher the price. Why collectors love the 1984 penny. Collectors are drawn to the 1984 Lincoln penny because it blends history, rarity, and discovery. It represents the era of transition from copper to zinc, features iconic American imagery, and contains one of the most visible error varieties of the modern penny series. It's a coin that's both affordable for beginners and rewarding for serious numismatists. Investment potential. Coins like the 1984 penny aren't just collectibles, they're investments. As more people enter the hobby and rare examples are removed from circulation, their prices tend to rise. A penny worth $300 today could easily surpass $800 or $1,000 in the future, especially if it's professionally graded and well preserved. Adding such coins to your collection is not just fun, it's financially smart. Historical connection to LIBRTY. Every Lincoln penny carries more than monetary value, it carries a piece of American history. From the Liberty inscription to Lincoln's iconic profile, this small coin embodies the ideals of freedom and unity. Holding a 1984 penny connects you directly to over a century of U.S. heritage. That's why collectors cherish it far beyond its face value. Amazing auction stories. Some of the most exciting discoveries have come from ordinary people. A collector in 2023 found a 1984 doubled ear penny in pocket change and sold it for $787.99. Another example in near-perfect MS-67 condition fetched over $850 at auction. These stories prove that hidden treasures are still out there, waiting for someone just like you to discover them. Final words and call to action. And so now you know, the humble 1984 Lincoln penny is more than a piece of change. It's a piece of history, a collectible, and possibly a small fortune. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, never ignore a penny again, it could be worth hundreds of dollars. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, your #1 source for rare coin discoveries and numismatic knowledge. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And don't forget to check your pocket change, the next 1984 treasure could be hiding right there. Today's video, we are diving deep into the world of one of the most fascinating small coins ever minted in the United States, the 1994 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like just another 1-cent coin, but trust me, appearances can be deceiving. Some examples of this tiny copper-plated zinc cent have shocked collectors by selling for as high as $787.99 or more in the current market. That's right. A single penny could be worth hundreds of dollars if you know what to look for. In this video, we'll explore everything about the 1994 Lincoln penny, from its origin and design history to its rare varieties, errors, grading secrets, collector demand, and current market trends. Stay with us until the end because every part of this video is packed with valuable information that could turn pocket change into profit. The origins of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent has one of the richest histories in American coinage. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it replaced the Indian head cent and quickly became a national symbol of American heritage. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent was revolutionary because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the design evolved, but Lincoln's iconic profile remained at the center of this beloved coin. By 1994, the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design that had been introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. This design era, spanning from 1959 to 2008, is now a significant part of American numismatic history. The 1994 D minting and PRODUCTO and the D mint mark on the 1994 D penny indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major facilities of the U.S. Mint. In 1994, the Denver Mint produced over 4.1 billion Lincoln pennies. While that may sound like a lot, and it is, the massive production doesn't mean that every coin is common. Because billions were minted, most 1994 D pennies are only worth face value. But as we'll discover later, some rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples can be worth hundreds of dollars, making them highly desirable to collectors worldwide. Design details and FEATURES. The obverse of the 1994 D Lincoln penny showcases the timeless right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the word Liberty on the left, the year 1994 on the right, and the motto, "In God We Trust," arching across the top. Beneath the year, the D mint mark proudly marks its Denver origin. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, with even the seated statue of Lincoln visible if you look closely. Above the monument is United States of America, and below is the denomination 1 cent. The phrase E pluribus unum, Latin for out of many, one, crowns the design. Metal composition and SPCFICTONS. The 1994 D penny belongs to the modern era of U.S. cents, made after the mint changed its composition in 1982. Instead of the 95% copper alloy used before, modern Lincoln cents are composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change drastically reduced production costs, but it also introduced new possibilities for mint errors, some of which have become incredibly valuable for collectors. How to identify a 1994 D PNNY. If you have a penny dated 1994 with a small d beneath the year, congratulations, you own a 1994 D Lincoln cent. But before you get too excited, you need to examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to check the following. Look for strong strike details, especially in Lincoln's hair and beard. Check the edges for clean rims and no heavy wear. Inspect for possible mint errors or doubling, which we'll discuss in detail soon. If the coin looks shiny and uncirculated, it may already be worth more than 1 cent. The importance of condition and GRADNG. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A 1994 D penny in worn, circulated condition is usually worth just its face value. But if it's in mint state, MS, condition, especially grades MS 65, MS 66, or higher, its value can climb dramatically. For example, MS 65 coins may sell for $5 to $15. MS 66 coins can reach $30 to $60. MS 67 examples, which are extremely rare, have sold for $200 to $350 or more. Top-graded coins in pristine condition have even crossed the $700 plus mark, proving that quality pays in the world of numismatics. Rare varieties and valuable errors. Where things get exciting. Some 1994 D Lincoln pennies feature rare mint errors or varieties that significantly boost their value. Double die obverse. Look for doubling in Liberty or the date. These can sell for $50 to 2 center strikes if part of the design is missing due to misalignment. Values range from $25 to $150. Clipped planchets. A missing crescent-shaped piece increases value to $50 to $100 plus. Broad strikes and die breaks. Unique errors can fetch $100 to $300 or more. These errors are rare, but they're out there, sometimes hiding in pocket change. Why collectors love the 1994 D PNNY. Collectors appreciate the 1994 D penny for several reasons. It represents a key era in modern U.S. coinage, it's part of the iconic Lincoln series, and it offers excellent opportunities for error hunting. Many collectors aim to complete year-by-year sets of Lincoln Memorial cents, and having a high-grade 1994 D is essential. Its large mintage also means many examples exist, but truly pristine or rare error coins are scarce, driving demand. Historical and numismatic significancy. While 1994 might not seem like a milestone year, it was a time of technological change and economic growth in America. Coins from the 1990s capture a slice of that history, and Lincoln cents remain one of the longest-running series in U.S. coinage. The 1994 D penny stands as a symbol of continuity, a bridge between the classic copper cents of the past and the modern zinc coins of today. Auction records and big sales. Some of the most impressive 1994 D pennies have appeared in auctions and private sales. For example, a superbly graded MS-68 red 1994 D penny sold for over $787.99. High-end examples with rare doubling or pristine strikes have reached $500 plus. These prices prove that while most pennies are worth 1 cent, the right coin can become a miniature fortune. Current market value and price. Giddy as of now, the current market for the 1994 D Lincoln penny looks like this: circulated 1 cent to 10 cents, uncirculated MS-65, $5, $15. MS-66 $30, $60. MS-67 $200, $350. MS-68 or special errors, $500 to $787.99 or more. Market demand for high-quality and rare error coins continues to grow as more collectors enter the hobby. How to sell your 1994 D PNNY. If you think you have a valuable 1994 D penny, don't rush to sell it at a coin shop. Follow these steps instead. Get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Research recent sales of similar coins online, listed on trusted platforms like eBay or Heritage Auctions. Join coin shows or collector forums to connect with serious buyers. A certified coin will always attract higher offers than a raw one. Tips for collectors and treasure hunters. Always check your pocket change and coin rolls from the bank. Hidden treasures still turn up today. Store your coins properly to avoid damage. Even a tiny scratch can lower the value. Learn about mint marks, varieties, and grading. Knowledge is profit in this hobby. Keep updated on market trends. Some coins jump in value almost overnight. Final thoughts and closing. MESSAG. The 1994 D Lincoln penny might just be a common cent to most people, but as you've seen today, it holds a world of history, artistry, and hidden value. From its origins honoring Abraham Lincoln to the thrill of finding a rare error worth hundreds of dollars, this little coin tells a big story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, never underestimate the power of the penny. That 1 cent coin in your pocket could be worth $787.99 or even more. All it takes is a sharp eye, a bit of knowledge, and a passion for discovery. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, your home for rare coins, hidden treasures, and numismatic knowledge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you learned something new. And tell us in the comments, have you ever found a rare 1994 D Lincoln penny? Your next coin could be your ticket to a collector's fortune. Today we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of American history, the 2006 D Lincoln penny. Most people look at a penny and think it's worth just 1 cent, but what if I told you that a small copper coin minted in 2006 could be worth up to $787.97 or even more in today's collector market? Yes, you heard that right. That humble penny in your pocket could be hiding a fortune. In this video, we will explore the full story behind this coin, from its rich history, design significance, and mintage secrets, to how certain examples are selling for hundreds of dollars today. Stay with me through all 15 parts of this deep dive. You don't want to miss a single fact that could turn your loose change into serious cash. The birth of the Lincoln penny, a legacy begins. Before we talk about the 2006 D, we must understand the story of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The simple yet powerful design showed Lincoln's bust on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, symbols of growth and prosperity. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent became more than just currency. It became a symbol of America's history and values, liberty, freedom, and perseverance. Every penny tells a story, and the 2006 D is no exception. The modern memorial design 1959 to 2008 inches 1959, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and the 50th anniversary of the penny itself. the U.S. Mint replaced the wheat reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design created by Frank Gasparo. This design lasted nearly half a century, from 1959 to 2008, and every penny from that era carries with it a piece of mid-20th century American history. The 2006 Lincoln cent is part of this long-running memorial series. But what makes it so special among millions of coins struck in that year? That's what we'll uncover next. 2006, a year of transito. The year 2006 was near the end of the memorial reverse era. Collectors were beginning to anticipate the dramatic design changes that would arrive just 3 years later in 2009 for the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. This anticipation made coins from the mid-2000s, including the 2006 more closely watched by collectors. And while billions were produced, certain factors, mint errors, condition, and rarity, make specific examples extremely valuable today. The mint mark, Denver's ROLE. The 2006 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the primary production facilities of the U.S. Mint. The mark just below the date identifies its origin. Denver has a reputation for producing high-quality coins, but even there, mistakes happen, and those mistakes can be worth big money. Some 2006 pennies with minting errors or unusual characteristics have fetched hundreds of dollars at auction. Metal composition: zinc with a copper coat. 2006 pennies were no longer mostly copper. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint had shifted to a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating due to rising metal costs. The 2006 penny weighs about 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. But here's the catch: occasionally, planchet errors occur. If a 2006 penny was accidentally struck on an older copper planchet or another denomination's blank, its value skyrockets. Some of these rare composition errors have sold for $500 to $800 or more. How many were made mintage NUMBRS? The 2006 Lincoln penny had a massive mintage, over 4 billion coins. That's why most are only worth face value. However, mintage numbers alone don't determine value. Within that ocean of coins are rare gems, pristine uncirculated examples, high-grade proofs, or error coins, that collectors will pay a premium for. Part 8, Error varieties that make big money. Here's where it gets exciting. Some 2006 pennies have dramatic errors that transform them from pocket change into treasure. Examples include off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center by more than 10% can sell for $50 to $200. Double dies. If you see doubling in the date, mint mark, or lettering, that coin could be worth $100 plus. Wrong planchet errors. Extremely rare but possible. Coins struck on a foreign or older copper blank can exceed $500. Clipped planchets. Parts of the coin missing from the edge due to blank cutting errors can bring $50 to $150. These are the types of errors collectors dream of finding. Condition is king. Grading matters. Even without errors, a 2006 penny in mint state condition can be worth a premium. Circulated condition 1 cent, 10 cents MS60 to MS63 $1, $5 MS64 to MS66 $10, $50 MS67 or higher $100, $787.97 plus. In fact, some MS67 RD examples have sold for over $700 at major auctions. Always handle coins carefully and consider professional grading if you think you have a high-grade specimen. How to check if your 2006 DISVALUABLE. Take out a magnifying glass and look closely at your coin. Check for sharp, clear details on Lincoln's hair, beard, and coat. Bright red luster. Red coins are more valuable than red-brown or brown. Any signs of doubling, die cracks, or off-center strikes, unusual weight or thickness, which might indicate a wrong planchet. If your coin checks even one of these boxes, you might be holding a small fortune. Auction records and real-world SALES collectors are willing to pay real money for the right 2006 penny. Auction records show examples selling for hundreds of dollars. 1 Pristine MS67 red 2006 sold for $787.97, proving that even modern coins can reach significant values. The demand for high-grade coins continues to grow, and values could climb even higher in the future. Why collectors love the 2006 DSO? Why is this penny so beloved? It represents the final years of a classic design, the strength of the Lincoln series, and the possibility of hidden rarity in everyday change. Collectors often seek to complete date and mint sets, and pristine examples of each year, including 2006 D, are essential. Rare errors or top-graded coins from this year often become centerpiece pieces in Lincoln collections. How to store and protect your pennies. If you discover a potentially valuable penny, protect it. Store it in a coin flip, capsule, or slab to prevent scratches and oxidation. Avoid cleaning your coins. Cleaning drastically reduces their value. If you believe your coin is rare, consider submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Tips for coin hunters. Finding a rare 2006 D penny is all about patience and attention to detail. Here are a few tips. Search rolls of pennies from banks. Many rare coins are still in circulation. Visit coin shows and shops, where dealers sometimes overlook valuable errors. Check inherited coin jars or collections. Hidden treasures are often forgotten in old boxes. Use proper lighting and magnification to inspect every coin. Final thoughts and call TOACTO. In the 2006 D Lincoln penny proves that you don't need to be rich to start coin collecting. Sometimes, a fortune is hiding in your pocket change. Whether it's worth 1 cent or $787.97, each penny connects you to more than a century of history, craftsmanship, and American spirit. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most surprising coins of the modern era, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, and turn on the bell so you never miss a hidden treasure story. And now, it's your turn. Go check your change, examine those jars, and who knows, maybe you already own a 2006 D penny worth hundreds of dollars. Thank you for watching Top Liberty Coins, where every coin has a story, and every story could make you rich.